May be seated. And Pastor, again, we appreciate you. Always respond when we ask you. We appreciate you. We call the meeting officially to order. Warren City Council, February the 9th, 2026. Ask City Clerk to call the roll.
Councilmember Hooper. Present. Councilmember Burks Frazier. Councilmember Henderson. Here. Councilmember Tolford.
Present.
Councilmember Mosley. Here. And Councilmember LaTonta Atkins. Here.
All right, we do have a quorum, 5 members. We did hear from Councilmember Burks Frazier. Apparently she's down with, I think she said, the flu. I didn't talk to her, but I think Charlotte had some communication with her, so she will not be able to be here tonight. We'll move on. Our first item of business is the minutes of January the 12th, 2026.
I move that the minutes of January 12th, 2026 be approved as emailed and received by hard copy.
Second.
Got a second? Motion Henderson, second Atkins. And any question, discussion, or correction to the minutes of the last month? All in favor of approval, show of hands, please. I see 5 in favor, 1 absent. That approves the minutes. We do have the city clerk's report. It's several documents in your packet there. I'm not going to go over all of it. Of course, this is the first report of the new year. This covers January of 2026. I glanced over it pretty good a couple of times since we got it, and we're off to our normal start on our expenditures and so forth. So just look at that and your cash balances are also there for you to look at. We seem to be hanging in there, although it's still tough as far as cash flow sometimes, but we're doing pretty good. Ask your action on the financial report.
I move that we approve the statement of revenue and expenditures as printed and shared by the mayor. Second.
So have a second to that motion. Now let me see if there's any questions or comments on the financial statement that's for the month of January 2026 and the cash balances. All in favor of approval, show of hands, please. I see 5 in favor, 1 absent. That approves that, which is required by law. If you would look at your sales tax reports, that's city and county. They're stapled together, city on top, county. And you will notice this is for the first money we received for 2026, our sales tax. This is the city sales tax, $89,037.64. That is up about, I guess that 4% is over last year at this time is what that compares with. So we're off to a reasonable start there. And then the county tax, of which we do get a portion, it's up about 2%, but it is up a little bit, 62,000 plus. So, that's good so far. The other thing is the district court. This is, of course, for your information. District court submits a financial report every month, so you see what's going in, what's coming in, what's going out from the district court funds. All right, mayor's report. Be very quick on several of these. I like to try to keep the council updated and the public where I can on our industrial prospects and work. And I know so many times sound like a broken record, but we got 2 pretty live projects right now that one of them still the biochar facility. I think maybe it's off center finally. And we're trying to work out a contract with the ADFA, Arkansas Development Finance Authority, to actually buy the old poultry plant facility. Be an absolute purchase of it by this company. They would then come in and put their facility in. There has been also some movement, not a lot I can go into, but not anything the city directly has anything to do with anyway, but the old hardwood flooring mill, the old AHFP plant. There is some things happening there that I'm hoping are gonna turn out to maybe be some positive things for the community, but it's gonna take a little bit while yet because I think it's about to change hands. So, we're hoping fortunately, they're staying in communication with the city, the folks that are looking to purchase it, and as well as the realtor that's trying to sell it for the company that did operate out there. So we're moving ahead there. Okay, that's about all I can tell you. The annual report. I've done things a little bit different this year. I've given you a copy, council members, of all the annual reports submitted by the department heads and the housing authority, the water department, and everybody. Normally I consolidate that into kind of one mayor's annual report. This is required by state law, and I still intend to do that. About got it ready, but I wanted to double check a couple things. And so, and of course I use this information to put that report together, so I just went ahead, give this to the council tonight. Of course, it's open for anybody, but I am going to try to put a summary, if you will, together and probably have it this week, which I will mail each of you a copy of that, council members, and of course we'll make it available to the news media and anybody else that wants a copy of it. So we're moving forward with that. The next thing we have, and I'm going to keep moving unless y'all ask a question or stop me for something, feel free to if you need to. We bid out, as we do each year, our mowing, what we anticipate we'll have to do as far as mowing grass. I'm talking about mowing grass and everything for the summer. This is our city parks and all kinds of facilities that we have. You've got a copy. We got 3 bids there. You can see that certification. The low bid is H&A Lawn Service, $395. That's per time they do the mowings. And that, of course, that includes things like weed eating and other things too. And I do want to tell the council and the public that we're hoping that we would may be able in the future, near future, to possibly do a little bit more of this in-house. But I felt like we need to go ahead and bid it out, so we got somebody set up to do it as we need it. And of course, we would enter a little agreement with whoever you choose. I am recommending to you H&A Lawn Service as the low bid.
Make a motion, we accept H&A Lawn Service for $395.
Second.
Motion second. Is there a question or discussion?
Discussion.
Yes, ma'am.
If I
Yes,
may.
ma'am. Yes, Ms.
So,
Councilmember Atkins.
It was the understanding or the recommendation of the sanitation committee, and I respect what you just said, Mayor, that we wanted to have someone in case, but part of our recommendation as we were pursuing the contract for the solid waste was to ensure that the sanitation crew would have sustainable work, I guess, and that would come with them doing the mowing and the other duties that we would normally contract out. So even as I reviewed Mr. Wagner's report and looked at all of the city properties, he's already cutting about half of
He does a good bit.
the
that's true,
property.
yes, ma'am.
So I didn't think this was necessary at this time because we wanted to make sure that those guys were gainfully employed and that there would be no question about what they're doing, what's going on, and we can use that money toward the equipment that we need to purchase, as well as any additional time that those guys might need this summer. You know, we know how fast grass grows, so that's just what I wanted to put out there. That was our understanding as a committee That was part of our recommendation to the council as we pursued that contract.
Well, I didn't remember exactly what the committee even said about that. I remember there was some discussion of it. I think you're gonna need this periodically. I mean, we'll decide when and what time, you know, that we would use the contractor, because number one, we are rapidly losing sanitation workers. Our crew is already considerably smaller than it was, and now we do intend to keep those folks, because we're gonna be running the recycling program and the junk pickup program and doing a whole variety of different things. And yes, I'm hoping that we can do, you know, some of the normal grass cutting type stuff that we gotta do, but we do need somebody available. Sometimes it's a timing issue, sometimes it's, you know, depends on how many times we have to mow this summer, depending on the growing season, that type of thing. I would very much recommend that you award, this is just an agreement, it's not a contract guaranteeing somebody mows every time we gotta have something mowed. Because if we can handle that ourselves, we're gonna do as much of it as we can, but we are gonna need somebody to help us from time to time. As
So
much as
could
we
we
have
put
to
it
do.
out for bid? Was it just for as needed, or was there like
Yes,
as needed?
yeah, just like we've always done it, but of course, in the past, we pretty well had to have somebody do it, and then we have an agreement we always sign with whoever it is, whichever individual business or whatever gets it. And, but that don't mean they come mow every time. They mow as we request them to mow something, as we need it. And Council Member Atkins is absolutely correct. We're hoping to kind of get ourselves in a position where we can do a lot more of that. But no, we're not gonna have as many people in the sanitation department as we've had in the past, because we've already had several retire and we haven't replaced anybody. So, because.
Are we planning to replace?
No, ma'am. If we keep doing, we'll save more money if we don't have all the, but we're gonna have to have some manpower, because we're still gonna be doing a lot of solid waste work. We're still gonna be doing a lot of solid waste and recycling work every day. But we ought to have more time. You know, we ought to have more time if everything works out like what we hope it's going to. This would be a terrible mistake not to be prepared for this. But it's not going to lock us into anything. Councilmember Hooper?
Is it possible for us to do a month-to-month base?
We just award the thing for a year at a time. Most folks aren't going to bid on something for 1 month at a time. They're going to charge you whatever they decide to charge for the month. This is not a big deal. We just need somebody prepared. We have a lot of stuff that has to be mowed. And Mr. Wagner, you're correct. He's trying to do most of the baseball complex, but there's times things get so busy out there and at the shooting range that even he has to have some help. Although he's doing a pretty good job taking care of all that. The biggest thing we talk about is the city park down here on Martin Street, and then the tennis court park area over on John Scobie Drive. Places like that, it's just from time to time, but even the pool area sometimes has to have some work done from time to time. We're trying to do most of that too, but we need somebody that on the spur of the moment we can say, hey, the city park needs to be mowed. We don't have the time to do it because of all the other duties our people have that we're hoping to be able to use. The guys are going to be left with the sanitation department are going to they're going to have a lot of work to do with and this is an administrative matter, just quite frankly, but we need to.
I want to call for the vote.
Well, I'm not going to set that move yet, okay? Because I think we need to talk about it. There's obviously some concern about this for some reason, and we're gonna save a bunch of money. There's no question. And besides this, it's the low bid. And, we'll use it when we need it, but hopefully we can do a good bit of it ourselves once we're totally set up to do that.
But Mayor, the point was, the committee did not mention anything about, when employees leave, that they would not be replaced. What I heard was, what she stated, that they would pick up the slack, it would be a cost saving, et
It
cetera.
won't be if you replace all those people.
That was never
Well,
in the.
do the math, Councilmember Henderson, do the math. And if we got a way to save a lot of money with our solid waste system. We've terminated nobody. But we have had some changeovers going. So several people retired. Several people quit.
So how many employees do we actually have now?
Mr. Johnson, come out here and explain all this, please.
4.
How many people you got right now in the sanitation department, solid waste?
4.
Mhm.
And we had a total of,
10.
so we've gone from 10 to 4.
Yeah,
Been
and-
totally done through attrition.
And then I do have one in recycling, but it's separate recycling.
So we got 5.
5 total, yeah, I guess you'd say.
It makes no sense to rehire a bunch of people if we're gonna change our system to now, that hadn't been approved yet, I understand that. And if we don't do that, we probably are gonna have to hire some more people.
Call for the vote.
Okay? Everybody's through talking, well, I'll accept that and ask you to vote to the let's see, do we have a motion at all? I done forgot what we
We
did.
have a motion to go with the low bid.
With the low bid, okay, thank you. All right, all those in favor of motion to accept the low bid, show of hands, please. I see 1, 2, 3, those opposed. Okay, the mayor will cast the 4th vote and we'll approve the contract. Okay, thank you. Items 5 and 6 kind of go together, so I'm going to talk about both of them here. You do not have anything in your packets because it's Sears catalog worth of paperwork, but we have to renew our financial assurances for our old Class 1 landfill and Class 4 landfills, which we don't even operate anymore, but they still have to be permitted by the state, and we are required by state law to maintain what amounts to a surety bond on those sites until someday I hope they're closed out. Just asking that, and we need to act on them individually. We get a letter of credit's what it amounts to. This is a system that means we don't have to put any cash forward or buy any insurance. If you don't do this, you gotta buy insurance. So I'm just recommending, and we've done this is just a renewal. Not ask you to take action on the Class 1. Nothing new, been doing it for years and years and years. Keeps us from having to spend cash for buying insurance.
I make a motion to go ahead with Class 1 landfill financial assurance.
Thank you, sir.
Second.
Dan seconded by Councilmember Henderson. Okay, is everybody clear on what we're doing? Okay, all those show of hands, please, in favor of the motion. I see 5 in favor. And then Class 4, it's the same thing, but it's on a different piece of property.
Make a motion, we do Class 4 landfill financial assurance also.
Second.
Councilmember Henderson, I think again on the second there. Question or discussion on that motion? All those in favor, show of hands. Is that 5 in favor? Is that correct? One absent? Okay, thank y'all. All right, that wraps that up. Do we have anybody that signed in to speak?
Yes,
Okay, do I have the?
I have it.
Oh,
Kyle Day.
Oh, okay, Mr. Dave. I saw you come in, but I didn't know you. Come on up to the podium if you don't mind up here. And introduce yourself and you have the floor.
Thank you. Very briefly, I know y'all are getting business done, but I just want to introduce myself. My name is Kyle Day. I am from Monticello. I'm a professor of history at UAM, and I'm running for state representative in the Republican primary. And so I came over tonight just to introduce myself and learn a little bit more about the finances of Warren and the needs and concerns of the district. And so I welcome your vote in the Republican primary. If anybody has any questions or concerns, I'll be here after the meeting, and I'll be glad to talk with you about the needs and concerns of the district. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Is there anybody else on the list?
No, sir.
Okay, council members, y'all have. Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, council member. Recognize.
In January of 2027, I would like to host the first Martin Luther King Parade. This event would take place downtown with the same original parade route on Main Street. The date is scheduled for January the 16th, 2027. The time isn't confirmed yet, and I am asking the approval of the city council so that I can move forward. If approved, any councilmen or citizens that would like to volunteer would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, council members, would you like to act on this? She's asking for permission to do this next January, but it's nothing wrong with going ahead and
And the
authorizing
streets
that.
that you would like to utilize, have you worked out the logistics of that? Is
Well, I
it the
was saying
same
the
as the regular parades, or?
Yes, ma'am, the regular route of the parade. Starting at the administration, well, the old junior high building, or the administration building, and coming down by Super Value, the same route.
I move that the request be approved.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Henderson and Atkins, you can go back and take your seat, and you can vote on this.
Okay.
You can. I don't think
And
this
you
is.
know my reason for asking so early is so that I can go ahead on and start preparing.
Yes, ma'am. All right, you got the motion to authorize the use of city streets for this celebratory parade in January of 2027. Is there any question or discussion? All in favor, show of hands. I see 5 in favor and of course 1 absent. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, is that all we got, Charlotte?
Yes.
Am I skipping anybody? Council members, y'all got anybody else you need to recognize? All right, moving right along. Item 7, which is our administrative standing committee reports. Police chief. I think they have your monthly report, but go ahead, anything you want to comment on?
Good evening. You guys have a monthly report on the fixed out action for the month of January 2026. There is one correction I need to make on the report.
The repair of the vehicles,
Yes, all vehicle operation, that's
is
correct.
that 36,000?
That has to be a typo.
Look at the year end.
Well, it has
That's
an
a yearly-
amount that they,
That's the yearly report.
is that the total amount
Yes,
for the year?
yes, yes, that's the total year, yes.
So you didn't have any for this month
Yeah.
on the
Yes,
next page?
yes.
Okay.
And I-
This should be just for January.
Right.
This should be just for January, so we need to check on that and get a clarification about that.
January 25, 12, 31.
Is that an annual report or is that a
Yeah.
monthly?
I have it in a month, I don't know what you.
You should
Now,
have.
there is a,
That's
council
another
members,
wrong end.
you have an annual report in your packets too. But what we should be looking at right now is the monthly report.
That was in your stuff.
So if something got messed up, I apologize, but that's,
It's another one.
Yeah, keep on dipping in there.
yeah.
You got all kind of reports in here.
Well, I think you got the annual and the.
Okay,
report.
okay, all right, I'm following you
I'm
now.
looking like, where's
Yeah.
36,000? $4,000. What would you?
Yeah, we'd already paid, that was in there first.
Okay.
In the packet, I'm sorry, that's probably a little confusing there, my
I
apologies
guess
on
I should
that.
have read, I should have spelled out year end.
Make sure you're looking at the January report for this time. Give you time if you need it to look it over, but if anybody's got any questions for the chief,
said he had a correction.
Yes. The one correction of the monthly report for January 2026, which is all the equipment or operation at this time. That is incorrect. We do have a couple of vehicles. We have one that's in the body shop, and this morning when I came in, we have one that's going to have to go to the mechanic shop for some slight engine repair. And we also have 2 vehicles that we have decommissioned that we'll be looking to the future to present a memo to the city council to go ahead and get them sold, that they're no longer in use to the police department. The personnel situation is, you see what it is. We're still continuing to take applications. At this moment, we're probably going to have more part-time officers than we have working full-time officers, or just an equal amount. But we are trying to rectify that and take the applications and try to get them either certified or uncertified people in there to try to fill in some of these slots. So,
It was kind of fast.
what did I say fast? I'm sorry.
I'm still on the car.
Okay.
You said one is in the.
Yeah, one's in the body
one
shop.
for
Yeah,
mechanic.
one's in the body
Then you
shop.
said something about 2 being decommissioned.
Decommission, yeah,
So
they're,
that's 4 vehicles?
well, with 2 down that were operational. The other 2 that I said have been decommissioned, we haven't been using those in a while.
Oh,
We just been keeping the spare vehicles just in case for spare parts. So if one of the other vehicles goes down, we will start to use those, but they're not in condition to use on a daily basis.
got it.
They're older vehicles.
We have one in the budget, so if you already,
I haven't, we'll start looking for one of them, I'll put it for this. The government bids come out to show what's on the.
Other questions for the chief or comments on any of his report?
Did you ever get the fingerprint machine?
We have to, a special credit has to come with it, so we're gonna have to order that. The company, they sell it, but they sell it at a higher rate than private companies, so we're basically out shopping for the printer. And which was the company's suggestion, if you buy it from them, it's gonna be more expensive, so we suggest Amazon, so we're looking for a different printer.
And did we get all the cameras up?
No, we're still having issues with the cameras. As a matter of fact, we're having power issues. Just found out again tonight that like one of the cameras that's on the Fred's parking lot, it needs to be moved because the energy can't supply power to it. And then we have other cameras that we have power supplied to them. And Block is trying, still working on getting, I guess for lack of a better term, permission from certain individuals to put the cameras on them. We have 3 of them up, 2 of them operational, but we are running into some issues of power in them and get them moved where they can get power.
This has been a little bit more difficult than we anticipated because of this issue with the power company, and then of course if you put it on private property, you gotta have permission from the private property owner. You can put them on private property, and sometimes it's very beneficial to do that. I think we had one private business that refused to let us put it on their property.
And the one that did, that's one that energy can't supply
And
power.
that's where we're having trouble getting that worked out, getting the right kind of power run to the camera where it'll function. It's been a little, Chief and I have talked about it.
what's the rationale of not wanting it there? It would be a benefit, I would think.
I don't know. We'll figure that one out. I put it like this, the manager of the particular business, the manager of the particular business here locally stated yes, they will do it. But when he contacted the corporate office said no, we couldn't do it.
Oh, okay.
So,
It was above his head.
right, yes.
I honestly think, I don't know that I can absolutely give you an answer, but of course we've talked at length about all this with all these people trying to get this worked out. I think they consider it a, it's the right terminology, Chief, they think they could be held accountable by somebody, liability, thank you. I don't believe that to be the case, but
You can't change his mind.
they got that right
Now
to
they,
do it.
now they did say this particular business, they do have a very sophisticated camera system around their facility. And anytime that we need the information, camera footage, they are more than welcome to give it to us. We would have no issues with it. Corporate said no as far as the camera on the property.
Yeah, we were thinking over liability too.
I really think that's probably the issue. So we're just trying to see what we can get worked out on public right of way, as best we can. That's where the problems come in.
But it sounds like you're gonna need more than one car.
Well, we need more drivers. But most definitely we will in the future, we will
Yeah.
in the future. But as of right now, it's kind of like the glass is half full, because we don't have the personnel to, our personnel is low, so we're able to get away with the few vehicles that we do have. But most definitely, I'll make look at that in the near future, down the line, to be able to get up to, get the people out of the academy, get back up to at least minimum staff to be able to do it.
But the staff that you have are getting overtime, so they're
Yes,
getting
ma'am.
some good salaries.
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. They are definitely getting overtime.
Probably the single biggest problem we have in the city right now is trying to provide certified, police officers. I don't think we're the only community
It's a
facing that,
universal
but
issue.
this is the one I know all you and me are concerned about, and that's what we're trying to figure out. It's a tough road to hoe right now. Okay, any other questions for the chief on anything? Police wise? Okay. Chief, is that everything?
Yes, sir.
You covered everything you need to?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Council.
All right, thank you. Fire chief, well, wait a minute, police committee, police committee, Councilmember Burt Frazier, the chairman, she's not here. As we mentioned, there is the feral cat issue that was assigned to this committee sometime, a couple months ago, I think. And I don't think there's been any meetings or anything on it yet. Did anybody know of anything I don't know?
No, sir.
Thank you. All right, we'll just leave that alone. Fire chief, you'll come forward.
That's a tough item.
Chief, you got your, should be, and make sure you got his monthly report too, because there's also an annual report in there on the fire department, so make sure you're looking at the right thing. Chief, you wanna go over anything?
Just gonna say we had 15 calls start out January, one structure fire, which was the fire to housing authority. We did have our regular meeting on January the 5th, and we did training burn on January the 12th on Railroad Avenue.
That means we burned an old house. Got rid of one. Worked out with the property owner. Of course, we do as much of that as we can because folks have a tendency to be willing to pay us a little something to do that, where they won't go out and, have it tore down or moved. And these are properties that need to go. I mean, they're not suitable.
How many apartments was damaged in that King Court Square?
4.
4?
And they relocated all 4 of them to another unit. They had some vacant.
Will they have to tear them down, or will they be able
I
to?
think they decided the other day they're gonna tear those 4 down. Yeah, no, they're not gonna be rebuilt.
Yeah, really bad.
Yeah, I mean, the fire started in the attic, and it just, there's no firewalls. They were built in 1968 when before all these nice codes and between the fire and the water.
Yeah.
They're total loss.
Got in the 3rd grade.
Keep telling you, young guy. Okay, Councilman, Chief, address this again. It's a separate page in your package there. This is the ones where we have tried to build the insurance companies that do provide some payment to the fire department under their policies. Everybody doesn't do that, but some do. And we have an ordinance that says that if there's anybody's insurance company provides that kind of coverage, then they're supposed to make a payment to us for making the fire call. Now, that don't mean we don't go to every fire that's called in the city of Warren. We do. If folks don't have insurance that will cover that, then, we just do it. But some time back, the council put this in place, I don't know, a good while back. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on there. All of them says pending. 3 of them are in 2024. We talk about this almost every meeting.
Yep.
Can you tell me where we are on any of these?
I have gotten no response from any of the letters that I have sent.
Now, again, the letters are going to the insurance
The letter,
provider, not the
letter
local
first-
agent necessarily.
the letter first goes to the homeowner to provide to their insurance company. We're they come to me to get a fire report, insurance company, I give them a copy of it as well.
So we don't know for sure that they're giving that to their,
Well, I know,
Insurance
I know 3 of them, well, 4 now, the insurance company got the actual, I went ahead and gave it to them in addition to giving it to the homeowner, or bit property owner, so.
well, and I think me and you talked about the fact that we're, in the cases where they have a local agent, even though it may be another company, but they have a local agent, that we need to be making sure they're notified of this and try to get some help, because if they're just gonna flaunt it and not pay it, we got us a situation here, I think, that we need to deal with. Which I'd probably start with the prosecuting attorney. It's a law. Now, if they don't have it, we understand that. But we're talking about the insurance company. Part of their policy says we will pay the local fire department X number of dollars if they have to answer a fire call with this residence or business that we've got insured. And I'm a little bit agitated about this, that we're not getting any cooperation about it. And it's just thumbing their nose at us, apparently. Don't respond to us. Yes, ma'am. Councilmember Atkins.
I've never noticed this before, Chief, I'm sorry. 2 of those for 24 say vehicles. So,
We do send bills for vehicles are covered under it as well.
could it be that their insurance had lapsed, that's why it hadn't been paid? I don't know, I'm just asking, just throwing a theory out.
They can't, I had correspondence with the insurance, and they came and got a copy, insurance people contacted me about these fires, so yes, they had coverage at the time. Now, whether or not their policy covered a fire department bill or not, I do not know.
And vehicles do qualify
Yes.
as well.
I would think it would be old if it was in place at the time. Now, you could be exactly right, it could be
Even if they
expired
let it
now, but I
lapse
don't
after it
think.
happened, they still, I would think, be liable to pay. It actually came up in Alderman Cofrey's committee meeting discussion as well.
As well as the uninsured.
Okay,
No, wait 2 years. Okay.
council members, we'll keep working on this. As you said, you see there's 5 of them there. Now, one of them just was the housing authority.
Right.
That just happened. But then you got one in May of 2025 over on Sturgis Street. And then you've got 3 that go all the way back to 2024. I think that's the ones that's bothered me the most. It's pretty obvious to me they just don't intend to do it. Now, if y'all tell me to leave it alone, I'll leave it alone, but I think it's only right that they ought to pay what the law requires.
Well, and even those that were on there previously, before you cleaned this up, it was a whole laundry list of in the same situation, just previous dates. And you do email them as well, correct?
Well,
The
I
companies?
try to give it, when they come get a fire report, I hand it to the homeowner and tell them, okay, look, I have a letter. Give this to your insurance company, here's the invoice. And then whoever shows up from the insurance company, I hand them the same one, so I know both of them got it.
Okay, but you don't, how do you follow up, I guess is my question.
Well, I sent another letter saying
To whom?
to the homeowner, that's what the ordinance says, send it to the homeowner.
Okay, anybody got any other questions? I don't want to belabor the point too much, but it's a concern. Not that we got that many of them, but
We did have.
yes, ma'am. Right's right and wrong's wrong according to the law, and these insurance companies ought to do what they're supposed to do. Assuming they're getting the information. That's one of my concerns, is maybe they're not getting it.
He's saying that he
So-
personally handed it to the individual, but if you were to email or some type of way that you can verify the fact that you gave it to them, such as a certified
it'd be a good thing for us to consult with our new city attorney about and ask him what he thinks we ought to do, if anything.
And is there a statute of limitation on the time? Because if we do that and we're gonna go in a new direction, can we not go back and get that long laundry list that we had?
Oh, yes ma'am, I've got all those records, but I have no idea if the
With no
ordinance does.
statute of limitations.
I
I
don't
have to go back
Yeah.
and look, I don't know
Right.
either right off.
But I
I
don't
think
want-
state law might be what dictates that.
But I also don't know how that works. If your house burns and they send you a check and they close it out and move on, are they gonna open that file back up and send us $500? I don't know how that, once they close it out.
Okay, anybody got any other suggestions or comments or questions?
No, Alderman Tolfree's gonna work it out.
No doubt,
Councilmember Toll-Free, you've been assigned the job.
no doubt.
We will
That's why I
we
get
will
the
follow
big
your directions.
All right. We'll handle it.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Toll-Free, I don't think we had any committee business, but you may have some now.
It ain't gonna make two, we gonna have some. We gonna get on this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Sanitation, Mr. Johnson, let's talk about garbage first. Now, y'all got several things in your packet there. Some of it deal with building codes, some of it deals with solid waste, but let's talk solid waste first, okay?
Anybody got any questions, I'll be glad to try to answer.
You see, we've got one property that y'all condemned that we have had a citation's been issued. I don't know if we know when that's, you know when that's coming up.
Court date's March, 8th, I believe.
March the 8th, so it's gonna be a,
It's in March, I know.
okay. We don't, you see, we moved 2 inoperable vehicles. That's a continuing process. For the month, this is January, we've serviced 27 houses with junk pickups. That's our boom truck picking up junk and things that people call in. We hadn't removed any limbs. But we spent a good bit, I'll just report this for you, Rob. We've had a lot of mechanical problems with some of our solid waste equipment, especially the part that picks up the big dumpsters. And we've had to work quite a bit, even overtime, weekends. This all happened about the time we had the sleet storm on top of everything else. And we've used that boom truck extensively to try to get garbage out of those dumpsters and, haul it off that way, because the other way to do it by hand. That's a tough, nasty job, but we try to keep those things, because people that have them have a lot of stuff in them, a lot of garbage. Rob, anything else you want to add there?
No, so we're good. Everybody's working.
But everything's working again. The truck's working again. Okay, let's go sanitation committee. If you still have a question for Rob, we can certainly back up. Councilmember Atkins, you want to make any comments here?
I'll lend you the floor so you can tell us
Thanks a
about
lot,
the
I appreciate
meeting.
it.
Yes.
Just an update on where we are with this whole thing with the solid waste, contracting it out, going to the 1 day a week pickup for residential, all of that. We have a proposed contractual agreement with GFL. That was our low bidder when we bid it out. We've had several meetings with them. Rob and I have had meetings with our city attorney. We've asked for some things to be clarified, maybe spelled out a little bit more specific, and Mr. Roper has done that for us. The contract was sent to us by the company, but then their lawyers put it together, but then we went back through and made sure it met all the specs as they bid it, and then some things we thought ought to be clarified. We have a meeting scheduled for Wednesday with the revised document that Mr. Roper has helped us with, to go back over with them again. If everything's satisfactory, then it needs to go to the sanitation committee, so y'all can put your final look, see at it, and make sure it's what y'all want, what you expect. and then bring it back to the council for a, final decision if it can be done. And we would probably ask you to have a called council meeting, because we don't wanna wait any longer than we got to get this thing implemented, if you approve it. Because if you approve it, then there's gonna be a lot of things we're gonna have to do, working with the company to get everybody educated and set up on the changes that are gonna occur and how it's gonna be done. And then this will, of course, have an impact on exactly what y'all were talking about earlier, about the rest of the people that'll still be in the sanitation department, that will still be doing things. All of the recycling, this company will not be involved in any recycling or any junk pickup activities or limb pickup activities. We will continue doing that 100%, city, in-house. But, so, a few things pending here until we get this either approved or you decide to keep doing what we're doing. And if you decide to keep doing what we're doing, then we are gonna have to get some more manpower and do several different things.
When is garbage truck lease up?
May, I believe, is that right, Rob?
Well, I've got one that comes due at the end of this month. Matter of fact, the side load, the dumpster container is in February. But we can extend it, we don't have a problem extending it if we have to.
For a short time, not a whole year.
Right, the rear load does come due in May.
But there's one we're keeping that we own, right?
Yes, ma'am, we own the 2015 Mack that we're running. And we'll continue to run it on Main Street and areas like that.
We're not gonna be told, even if y'all approve this, and I keep saying if, because it's up to y'all ultimately, but even if you approve this system, we're still gonna be in a substantial solid waste business, to some degree, things that we're gonna still have to do. So we're certainly never intended to shut down our whole department, but we won't need as many people to do it. And then we can still, I think, if it works like we hope it will, we believe we'll be able to do some other things with those people in their 40-hour work week. Which is exactly what Councilmember Atkins was talking about earlier, and she's exactly right about that. And we hope we can do a good bit and, save us in some other areas.
Are you anticipating operating with less than the 4 individuals that are still there on board?
I've had 2 that tell me they're gonna quit if we go to the other company, because they don't wanna, it's my CDL drivers. They don't wanna do other things. All they're able to do is drive due to health reasons. So, that's all I know right now, so.
And if necessary, that we still need to, replace somebody, we can do that, even to, make these changes. If that's necessary, we'll certainly look at hiring somebody else if we need them.
As a supervisor, how many employees do you think that you would actually need?
When it's changeover,
Yes,
if it's
yes.
changeover, I would say 3.
3.
Yes, ma'am.
You said due to health reasons. I noticed that even some of the tractors that you drive to cut grass, are even air conditioned.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's driving, but they still cannot, those 2 don't want to do
No,
that.
they're not interested, and they're in the state of their life, I guess you say, they don't have to.
Okay.
So,
I
got
understand.
both my drivers are military and they're retired, and then I have 1 part-time driver. And he is willing to stay the part-time, which will work out fine, because we use him about 20 hours a week, 25.
Yeah, and I understand the reduction because the fringe benefits, et cetera, insurance that you definitely would not have to pay. But I guess when we heard the report, we heard because of and what the actual function of those left would be doing. Did not realize that you had such a high turnover.
Yes, ma'am, and some retired and some just flat quit. And as we were looking down the road to do this transition, that would kind of, we didn't have to lay off anybody. We didn't have to fire anybody. They would have walked off. And where the position we are in now, we don't need that many people. Now, we needed every one of them when we were doing wide open. Now everybody's doubling up. And it's working out really good. They're doing a great job, to be honest with you. I mean, they always do.
They do, I mean, they're good PR for the city.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I probably said everything I need to say. Councilmember Atkins, anything else you wanna add? I know your committee will be asked to meet very soon.
We're just waiting on the
Yes, ma'am.
final,
We have
draft.
10 o'clock with the guy on the contract, and then also, the gentleman that's gonna set the route up, it's gonna be here Wednesday also, and we're gonna ride it, and he's gonna try and get a number count and get the route. We're trying to concentrate on leaving people where they are right now. If you get picked up on Monday, you'll continue to get picked up where you get picked up on Tuesday. That's where they're gonna start. So hopefully the Monday route will stay the same on your 1 day a week pickup. Hopefully the Tuesday route will. The Wednesday and the Thursday, because we don't pick up on Wednesday, will be the ones that will change. So if the route takes that, they don't know. It's all a guessing game, and I ask for the people to give us patience in doing this. Give us a month and we'll have it worked out. Those people are really good at what they do. But they're gonna try and do the city in 4 days and not run on Friday. And that doesn't count the city employees. They'll run downtown from old Kentucky Fried Chicken to the new post office every day, Monday through Friday. We're doing that with our 96-gallon cans to keep the dumpsters out off of Main Street and behind the alleys from people trashing in. So that's what
So
that's
if you
all
had
about.
Tuesday and Friday, your day would be Tuesday for
Ma'am,
pickup? If you had, if your pickup was on Tuesday and Friday, your pickup would now be on Tuesday?
well, they're hoping that the Monday route, the majority of it will stay the same. The people will be, they don't know exactly how far they're gonna be able to get.
Oh, they hadn't worked out all of the
No,
logistics?
we're
is what
starting
you
on
said.
that Wednesday, yes, ma'am. And then Tuesday, but Wednesday and Thursday will definitely be a change.
And we're gonna advertise it in the.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes,
we're
ma'am.
gonna have to do an extensive,
They
yes.
do
Education on it.
The company does mail outs from door to door in some situations. And,
What about our senior citizens, those that cannot roll it down?
they will be notified with a doctor's letter from the doctor. We'll go to the door and get it. You know, just saying Miss So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so is unable, and then we'll provide the service of going to the door.
That's the
they
first I
will.
heard of the doctor's letter, but okay.
Yes, ma'am, that's part of the contract.
Okay.
They gotta have proof, 'cause otherwise we'd have everybody calling up there, and I'm too tired today, I can't do it, so. Hopefully we'll work all this out.
It'll take a little bit of effort here to get all this. This is a change. We recognize, again, assuming y'all approve the final plan. And, you know, we also want our people that we're gonna keep, again, soon as we move forward with the people that we're gonna keep. You know, if somebody gets missed or something and we need, because they're gonna be, these guys are gonna come through, they're gonna tell you gotta have your garbage out there at 7 o'clock. And for everybody that waits till 10 o'clock to put their garbage out, because
You gotta do
they
it
had
right.
figured out that's usually when the garbage truck actually comes by their house, but then sometime it don't work out that way and they don't get picked up. We're gonna try to keep the flexibility that we can pinch hit where we need to and take care of everybody, especially till they get used to, you know, this thing working the way it's going to. So we're not gonna be out of the garbage business by any means. Maybe in the future a little bit more than, but we're gonna have to do some things ourselves, continue to, because this is all based on one man in a truck, this contractor, and you gotta have your garbage container set in the right place every time, so the truck can reach out and see it's not manned, except the driver, and it's mechanically picked up. Now, we're not the only town, most of the world's operating this way now. And so, we're just, you know, we would provide a lot of extra service, which we wanted to do as long as we could, but if y'all looked at our finances for the end of 2025 and saw how much money we've been paying on garbage collection, quite frankly, every other department of the city's been subsidizing them. And we got to get out of that. We got to get out of that and pretty well make it pay its way and do what we need to do, and then get that recycling program substantially enlarged, so we get less and less stuff being thrown, especially the paper and cardboard.
Hardwood used to be a high commodity at one point.
Yes, ma'am. Trying to sell out on it
It's
right now.
kind of low, but we can still get something for it, and if you're not having to pick it up and you know, and put it in the landfill, you're saving money anyway.
That was all in the Fulton days.
Exactly, it was. So I'm glad that we're going to be educated, because one of my council friends in Monticello said that they called their alderman and they have to go and pull them down to the road. So I'm glad that we're going to be educated.
We're gonna try. We're gonna try.
And by the way, by the help of a lot of citizens, we bailed our first white paper bail complete today, which is almost 1,000 pounds worth, which is something that's not going to landfill. And we haven't been advertising this for, a couple of months, so. And it takes a lot of white paper to make a bail, and, bail right at 900 pounds, so.
They even have it on the box as to
Yeah.
what kind of paper it is.
That's my,
It's interesting. But you're right, that was Alderman Fulton. She would have every council meeting.
All right, anything else for Mr. Johnson? A building code, you got anything you need to report there with the information's there about the, you don't have any new properties to condemn yet. I know we're
not
still
yet,
working on a bunch.
we're working on a bunch, and a lot of people are working with me though, so which is good, I appreciate that, but, we may have some next month.
Any question on building code matters, property condemnations, cleanup, any of that, anything? Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if we could use it as far as the city, but there are organizations that will pick up vehicles that are non-running and free of charge, and would they'll use it toward the veterans. And also there are companies that will buy homes no matter what condition they're in here in Arkansas.
We
Is
can't
that a
take them
personal-
and give them to them, they have to work that out with the property owners.
Okay, so there's nothing that the city,
No,
like, there's
ma'am.
something that's
No,
been
ma'am.
condemned, or vehicles that, like Rob is picking up vehicles that are
The
non-running.
vehicle, we by state law, when we got one, and the law again, I'll refresh y'all's memory, if it's not runnable, if it's not insured, if it's not licensed in the city limits, then we have a right to proceed, but you have to notify the property owner, give them not too many days, but some
14.
notice. And if they don't do something with it themselves, which they can do if they want to use some of these sources you're talking about, they certainly can do it. If they don't, and we're finding most of them don't, but certainly, they can, then we can go, we just get a local towing company. They go and get, the city's instruction, after we've gone through that due process, and they tow it off, they keep it for a certain amount of time, the people can redeem them by paying the towing bill, but they can't carry it back, set it back on that property again, in the same condition it's in. But they do have a way to get their vehicle back if they choose to do it.
Okay.
If they don't, then it becomes the property of the towing company. If I say something wrong, correct me.
You're correct.
And they just sell it for scrap.
Okay.
That's how they get their money. They do not charge us anything. Folks, we're zeroing in on 200 vehicles in the last 3 years we've picked up in the city limits of Warren. I tell people that, they don't believe me sometimes, but I don't think we're there yet, but we're zeroing in on it. 200
Over 1,000.
junk cars that have just been sitting on properties in Warren. And the property owners won't do nothing with it.
I think Alderman Hooper was trying to say that it's tax deductible if they wanted to go that
On their
route.
own.
Yeah, well, that's fine, that's fine.
I think on a lot of these things, it's the title. You don't have clear titles to the houses or the cars. If you had somebody that was a lawyer could get clear titles, I imagine a lot of this stuff would move.
Well, that could be true too. But,
We made a small dent in the automobile, because there's a lot out there.
and we still finding a lot of them out there, but,
With no clear titles.
interestingly enough, I gotta tell you this one story, it hadn't been too long ago, out on the, I think it was Old Camden Road. Rob and them been through the whole process, went out there to move one. The next door neighbor came over and said, "What are y'all doing?" This guy didn't own the property. And they said, well, we're, getting rid of this vehicle. They told him what they were up to. He said, well, that's my car. Sitting on somebody else's property. And been there for a long time. So you run into toll-free rights, you run into all kinds of situations out there. But, I mean, certainly if anybody take advantage of any of those programs, they're more than, we certainly let them do it, we're not gonna stop them. But most of them just ignore us.
It is the property owner's responsibility.
Yeah, this, whoever owns the property is who we deal with, it's sitting on their property.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. But that's good information, I hope some people might take advantage of doing something like that. Okay, anything else on building codes? Or condemnation? I know we're taking a lot of time on this, but it's important for everybody to understand what's going on and what we're trying to do, and also for the public, for the taxpayers to understand it. Okay, thank you, Rob. Let's, Mr. Hernsberger is not here tonight. He had some health issues that he had to be out of town today. We understand he's back home, but I don't have much more report than that right now. When we get to the street committee, well, that's next. Why don't you go ahead and make any report, Councilmember Mosley, that you wish to.
Okay, we had a street committee meeting. It was very informative. We did not decide on anything or bring anything to the council. But we discussed the streets, making them, getting organized, things that we needed to be done, where the worst streets were. We're looking into that, and we just got some information that, we could bid, and we had the 300,000.
That was the grant we got from the Department of Transportation.
There will be another grant, so we're gonna start working on the
For
street.
300,000, another grant?
In that range, yes, ma'am. We're not sure exactly how much, but
But we're gonna start working on a list, so we can apply for that. And we just talked about things that we could do and should do.
But no action items.
No, there was no action, but a very delightful meeting, I'll put it like that.
that's the first time I've ever heard a committee meeting described as delightful, but
She must have had refreshments and everything.
No, she didn't take this.
I'll have to tell you.
Refreshments?
okay.
I'll let you know.
We'll pick up the pace here. Thank you for that report from the committee meeting. Parks and Rec, Mr. Wagner.
And with the street, I was
Yes,
just,
ma'am.
I was told by several citizens of how great that, the street department did with cleaning up the streets during the ice storm and everything. That they had done a great job.
They worked hard. It was tough.
Very difficult.
That was some of the hardest stuff we've ever dealt with. We're trying to get it off some streets, but our guys did work some weekends and things like that. So thank you. I appreciate that. Kyle, they've got your report. Anybody got any questions for Mr. Wagnon? You've got a fairly detailed report from him there on everything that falls under Parks and Recreation, baseball complex, city park, depot, armory, tennis courts, senior citizens, city pool, which of course is shut down right now, but you know it won't be long that we'll have to try to put that thing back together. Y'all got any questions on anything?
I just have, one question.
Yes, ma'am.
Did anyone rent the depot?
Yeah, it was.
Like your annual report, it was very thorough. Okay.
Anybody got anything? I will tell you, baseball's about to start. I will have something relatively soon for you. We know we've been talking to the school about the baseball facility, and I think they are going to try to come across with some financial assistance for us. We're going to have to enter a little annual contract with them, but we'll hopefully have something for you to look at pretty shortly, which is going to help us financially, like paying the light bill and stuff like that out there for what they do out there for their high school activities. And they have done they've built some new dugouts out there for the girls, and schools paid for that. Now, don't get nervous. I think they're gonna ask y'all to help pay for some of it, but they've done it. They've already done it. We'll be talking to you about that later.
In the morning, they'll be completely finished tomorrow morning.
They've enlarged them. There's some things that need to be done, and they finally this is for the, primarily benefits the high school softball team, but. Okay, any questions for Kyle? All right, that gets us to the Community Economic Development Committee, Councilmember Hooper, chairperson.
Yes, sir. We met, on February the 2nd, and we, discussed, the first topic is the Main Street property, the old Bryant building, the old Bryant lot. The committee had previously discussed, the food court, being, placed there, at the lot if the private buyers didn't purchase it for the penthouses. And after further review, we discussed about if they did not want to purchase the property and do the penthouses, that we were considering doing something child-friendly to place there, and being mindful of children with disabilities being able to use whatever we decide to put there for the family, a splash pad or something to that nature. And if that was to go through, then if we consider to go forward with a food court, we could utilize other properties of the city. That's if the private buyer is not considering purchasing for the penthouses. And so with that, we will begin to look for grants available for this project, and we're asking the help of you, Mayor, to help us see if we find some grants for this project at the old Bryant lot. Putting something there that is child, family friendly, that's accessible for handicap and disability. Okay, the city flag. We had approved in one of our 2024 sessions to purchase city flags, the garden and the regular size flags. We will get several quotes, starting with Arkansas flags and banners, where we purchased this original flag from, and get the best prices available, and go forward with ordering the flags and try to have them here and available for retail by the Pink Tomato Festival. Okay, I'm gonna do the old street shop before we do the food ordinance, the food truck, ordinance. On the old street shop, the committee agreed that the painting for the building must be completed by early spring. It must be completed by early spring. And if the regular, plans are not able to go through, then we need to, reconsider and go another route. But it needs to be done and be ready for spring to be available to, rent out. We also, mentioned about the East Lab, maybe participating in, painting murals on the old street shop once it's, painted. The interior and maybe the exterior and the interior. And if not the East Lab, some art students. I kind of have spoke briefly to the East Lab and about it, and they are excited about it, but kind of like lean me toward the art students, because I think I was told that the East Lab did murals over at the West Side Pool. Well, the person that did that, or the group that did that, are no longer there. And so they don't know if they have someone crafty like that. But the art department do. So, surely maybe utilizing the school, the youth, the students, with the murals at the old street shop. The committee discussed, changing the name as well, or coming up with a name. It doesn't have a name. It's called the Old Street Shop. It doesn't have a name, so we're in discussion of a name. If you all know, can maybe have an idea of a name, just let one of us know. And we could be considered as well as the rest of them. The committee also approved to present to the council to motion or approval for a purchase of AC and heat window units to be placed in the old street shop. That, windows are there and AC units can be placed in there. I talked with Kyle, and he did agree that, you can put units, air conditioner units in there. And so I was like saying, not only do the AC, but do AC/heat where they can do both. And we were also asking for y'all approval for us to purchase more chairs and tables, because the chairs and tables that we purchased last year, they have been utilized at the depot and at the armory. And since we have used those chairs, the tables are sturdy and they're in good shape, but the chairs are not as strong as we thought they would be. So if approved, that we'll be looking for chairs that are a little bit more durable than what we have now, but still being cost friendly. So that is a motion that the committee is presenting to the council, that you all approve that we go forward with looking for the best prices for the AC units and more chairs and tables.
That's your motion.
Mm-hmm.
Second.
I've got a motion and second that we purchase air conditioning and heating for the building.
Yes, units, the window units.
Yeah, I understand. We go ahead and you're asking the council to approve us going ahead and doing that.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying?
Well, approve it so that we can look for the best deals and for the best prices, like we did before. And then we'll come back with you and say we got this price and this price and that price.
Okay. That's just for the heating and air is all you're talking about, right?
And tables and chairs.
And tables and chairs, okay.
So that if approved and with the painting,
We
they will be
bring
ready.
this back to you with here's it and what it's gonna cost.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Got a motion and a second. I think Councilmember Henderson seconded the motion. Is there question or discussion of the motion? This is recommended by the committee, but just that we go out and see what it's gonna take to do all this, money-wise particularly, and bring it back to the council to approve it or make any changes.
Correct.
All, if you're ready, all in favor, show of hands. I see 5 in favor, 1 absent, so that passes, okay?
Okay. And last, the food truck ordinance.
This would be proposed ordinance 975.
Was reviewed by the committee. It was approved that all wording, adjustments, adds and takeaways have been revised and ready for the reading. The old one is done away with?
This will do away with it.
Yes.
This ordinance, if you adopt it, it will do away with the old one in total and just put this one in place.
Yes, sir.
We need to put it on its first reading if you wish to proceed.
I move that we place ordinance 970 on its first reading.
975.
975.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Completely new ordinance. Okay, I got-
975 on its first reading.
got a motion. Is there a second to that?
Second.
I think Councilmember Mosley got in there on that one, so you heard the second. Is there question or discussion? This is for first reading. All in favor, show of hands. I see 5 in favor, 1 absent. Proposed ordinance number 975. I'm gonna do this fast as I can, but y'all got a copy of it. There's about 4 pages of this. Proposed ordinance 975, an ordinance establishing certain rules and regulations addressing mobile food vendors and all other mobile vendors operating within the city limits, the city of Warren, Arkansas, setting fees for such vendors, repealing ordinance number 970, that's the original one, in full and for other purposes. Whereas issues have arisen within the city concerning mobile food vendors, whereas City Council of Warren, Arkansas has determined it is appropriate to enact rules and regulations to allow mobile food vendors and all other mobile vendors to locate and operate for a limited period of time on public and private property within the city of Warren, Arkansas. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Warren, Arkansas, Section 1, mobile food vendor defined. Mobile food vendor is defined as a vehicle-mounted food service establishment designed to be readily movable and in compliance with laws regarding the travel on highways and roadways in the state of Arkansas. A self-contained retail food establishment as defined by the Arkansas State Department of Health with permanently mounted freshwater holding tanks and waste holding tanks. Mobile vehicles offering ice cream or other frozen treats are excluded from this definition and the requirements of this ordinance. Section 2, other non-food mobile vendors defined. A non-food mobile vendor is defined as a business mounted on a trailer or other vehicle designed to travel the highways, roadways of the state of Arkansas that engages in retail sales of items other than food or drink. A tent or any type of temporary shelter that is set up and used for a business and then removed, relocated, and reset up for business shall be considered a non-food mobile vendor. Section 3, limited permit for operation on private and public property. Limited permit for mobile food vendor or operation or non-food mobile vendors on private and public property at a fixed location may be issued upon providing the city evidence that all the following requirements have been satisfied. A, the applicant has provided the city with a copy of applicant's valid permit to operate a retail food establishment issued by the Arkansas State Board of Health if food is being sold. B, the applicant must comply with city mobile vending rules and regulations as in effect at the time of the issuance or renewal of a permit. These regulations may be obtained in a packet from the building code office. This packet will be created by the building official. C, the applicant must have a privilege license issued from the city of Warren or a municipality within the state of Arkansas. D, the operation must be at a fixed location and the applicant must possess a written lease or other statement from the owner of each property location giving the mobile food vendor or other mobile vendor permission to operate on the property. The property owner applicant must provide a site plan for each proposed site upon which the mobile food vendor or other mobile vendor will be located, which must be approved by the city inspector prior to the issuance of a permit. E, this next page, the applicant agrees to locate at a fixed location only on property zoned to allow for commercial retail sales in such locations must otherwise comply with all zoning requirements of the zoning district. F, the applicant agrees to locate on property in such a manner that applicant will not cause an unsafe vehicular or pedestrian situation. The city building official will have authority to determine if the location meets the requirements. G, proof of sales tax. All mobile food vendors or other mobile vendors shall supply to the city of Warren proof of sales tax permit allowing for retail sales within the city of Warren. H, business hours. All mobile vendor permittees shall be authorized to operate 24 hours daily. I, other requirements. All mobile vendors shall be inspected and approved for operation by the Warren Building Inspector and Fire Chief prior to the operation and issuance of a city permit. Mobile vendor permits shall not be transferable. J, church or other nonprofit organizations excluded. Mobile vending permits shall not be applicable to a church or other nonprofit. However, such exemption shall be granted only in the event that the church or other nonprofit entity provides a notice of the event to the building official. The notice shall include the date, location, time period of the event. Mobile food vendors serving food items at such event may still be subject to state regulation. K, operating within the city as a mobile vendor without a permit from the city shall constitute a violation punishable by a fine of $100 per day. The penalty for a vendor's failure to comply with the city mobile vending rules and regulations may also include the revocation of a permit or refusal of a future permit or a fine of up to $100 per violation per day or any combination of said penalties. Amendments, these regulations may be amended from time to time by ordinance of the Warren City Council. Section 4, cost. Each vendor shall pay an annual privilege license of $30. Each vendor must pay $55 per month of operation for garbage pickup unless the vendor is legally connected to the city's water and sewer system and already being billed through that system. In that case, no additional utility fee will be charged. Section 5, Ordinance 970, repealed. Ordinance number 970 is hereby repealed in full. That's it.
Okay, I move.
Go ahead.
Okay, I move that we suspend the rules and place ordinance 975 on its second reading.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. This is suspend the rules and place on its second reading. Everybody ready? Any comments? All in favor? Show of hands, please. That's 5 in favor, 1 opposed. One absent. Going too fast here. 1 absent. Or proposed ordinance 975, an ordinance establishing certain rules and regulations addressing mobile food vendors and all other mobile vendors operating within the city limits of the city of Warren, Arkansas, setting fees for such vendors, repealing ordinance number 970 in full and for other purposes. If you wish to proceed, we do the third reading.
I move that we suspend the rules and place ordinance 975 on its third and final reading.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. Any question or discussion of the motion for the third and final reading? All in favor, show of hands. I see 5 in favor and again 1 absent. This is proposed ordinance number 975, an ordinance establishing certain rules and regulations addressing mobile food vendors and all other mobile vendors operating within the city limits of the city of Warren, Arkansas, setting fees for such vendors, repealing ordinance number 970 in full and for other purposes.
I move that we adopt ordinance 975.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded to adopt the ordinance. Any question or discussion? This is for adoption. All in favor of adoption of proposed 975, show by hand, please. I see 5 in favor, 1 absent. That adopts it, there's not an emergency clause, so this has to be published and everything, and then it will become effective. Okay? That take care of everything, Councilmember Hooper?
Yes, sir.
I think that covers everything on your agenda.
Yes, that concludes me.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, Ways and Means Committee, Councilmember Henderson.
Thank you. The Ways and Means Committee met on February the 2nd at 4:30 here in the courtroom. We had 3 items of business. The first one was the district court deputy clerk that was a position that was actually budgeted with the city of Warren paying the total and the county reimbursing us the other half. There's no action to be taken. However, as I stated at the agenda meeting, should the county not reimburse the city the one half, we would be paying the full salary for the actual district court deputy clerk. We did ask the administration to visit back with the county and see where we would be at the time of salary payments.
I kind of feel like Council Member Tolfree said earlier when y'all told him to figure something out. That's kind of what you're telling me, but we'll try. I promise we'll try.
Okay. But we do feel that the deputy clerk position as well as the clerk's position are both necessary in order for that office to function properly. Number 2 is the merger of the Warren Water and Sewer System, and we pronounce it Corinth System. Our Water Commission, City of Warren, has been taking care of the residents in the Corinth area, and there are 33 customers, and we do have a resolution, which is resolution number
A710.
Okay, A710, to actually merge them in with the Warren Water and Sewer. So, Mayor, would you please read the resolution?
Yes, ma'am, I would. And I also want to mention Tanae Sellers, the water and sewer manager, is out here in case anybody's got
She
any
actually
questions.
met with the committee, and I don't think it's necessary for her to come in and speak.
Very good. All right, this is proposed resolution A710. Just read it one time. Bradley County, Arkansas Water Works Facilities Board for Corinth. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Valley, City of Warren, Arkansas. Resolution to authorize a transfer of water service area to City of Warren. Whereas Bradley County, Arkansas Water Works Facilities Board for Corinth Valley provides water service within its designated service boundary. Whereas City of Warren, Arkansas Department of Water and Sewer provides water service with its designated water service boundary, is able to expand its water services to the Corinth Valley community. Whereas Bradley County, Arkansas Water Works Facilities Board for Corinth Valley currently maintains the water service area generally depicted in the attached Exhibit A, which is attached to some other documents here, and which lies to the Corinth Valley community. Whereas Bradley County, Arkansas Water Works Facilities Board for Corinth Valley has determined that it does not have the capability to provide water service to the area that lies in the Corinth Valley community and is generally described in attached Exhibit A, therefore desires to transfer this service area to the City of Warren, Arkansas, and whereas Warren City Council has determined that it is in the best interest and benefit of the community to transfer the water service area from Bradley County, Arkansas Water Works Facilities Board for Corinth Valley to the City of Warren, Arkansas, and authorize the mayor to take all such action necessary in order to transfer the service area from Bradley County, Arkansas Water Works Facilities Board for Corinth Valley to City of Warren, Arkansas, in the area of the Corinth Valley community, and as generally described in the map attached here too as Exhibit A. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Warren, Arkansas, Section 1, the City Council hereby approves and authorizes the mayor to take all measures required in order to transfer the water service territory from Bradley County, Arkansas Water Works Facilities Board for Corinth Valley as reflected generally in the attached Exhibit A to the City of Warren, Arkansas.
I move that we adopt resolution number A710.
I second.
Okay, Councilmember Hooper, seconded, I believe. Okay, that's an appropriate motion. This would trigger the action to be taken. Any question or discussion on the resolution adoption? All in favor, show of hands. I see 5 in favor. That's sufficient, 1 absent. Thank you, ma'am.
Third item on the agenda, Tenay also moved forward with applying for a grant to take care of the action that we just took in the amount of $150,000. You do have the handout dated January the 14th of 2026, and I move that we accept the grant and approve it in the amount of $150,000 submitted by Ms. May Sellers, manager of the City of Warren Water, and you do have the information.
Yes, ma'am.
That is my motion.
Motion, there's a second to that motion.
Second.
Seconded by Councilmember Mosley. Is there a question or discussion? And the purpose of this is this grant is gonna pay off all the debts. The city will not be accepting any debts in a nutshell for this system. They'll just own it and operate it from here on.
And everything that they owe already.
Yes, ma'am. Question or discussion on the motion to accept the grant? All in favor, show of hands. Okay, I got 5 in favor.
That ends the report of the Ways and Means Committee.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, we will move along to item 8, Parks and Rec. Not any meeting to report on. Planning Commission, no meeting. I understand they probably got one tomorrow for some rezoning matters, but not tonight. Aviation Commission, nothing right now. Water and Sewer, this is their regular reports they submit to the council, their minutes of their last board meeting and their financial reports from the last meeting. Just for your information, Housing Authority Commission, there are minutes of their last meeting there for you to review. And we also, you have a letter dated February 3rd, 2026. This is from the Housing Authority existing board. They are nominating, in accordance to law, the reappointment of Mr. Jimmy Sledge for a 5-year term on the Board of Commissioners. That nomination by law comes from the commission to the city council.
I move that we accept the nomination.
Second.
Atkins. Okay, that was close, but I think she got it. I think she got it. So any question, discussion? This is to confirm Mr. Sledge's appointment. All in favor, show of hands. I see 5 in favor, 1 absent. Okay, you've got just your regular little report on the Cultural Center, status of it right now. Nothing there to deal with. And we turn over to the last page of your agenda. There's item 9, there is no unfinished business. Under new business, you, let's see, I think we,
already handled that.
You go with appointment of.
yeah, we got a, but I thought I was trying to see if I had something in your packet there on that, but I don't, but I think it may be in their minutes. But anyway, the Water and Sewer Commission is nominating Mr. Clint Horn to fill out an is it in there? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yes,
I
it is.
didn't pick it up or something wrong there. But this is a letter from, and it's just like the Housing Authority, the commission by state law makes the nomination. Mr. Boyce Hamlet, that has been serving, apparently is relocating and has stepped down, so they have a vacancy, and the board is nominating Mr. Clint Horn to serve out the rest of the term, and that does have to be acted
I
on.
move that we accept the recommendation.
Motion made, seconded, Henderson and Mosley. Councilmember Henderson made the motion, Mosley made the second. This would be to approve Mr. Horn's appointment. Any question or discussion on that motion? All in favor, show of hands. I see 5 in favor, again, 1 absent. Now, as a result of that action, we have to, or need to approve an ordinance, and this would be number 976, that Mr. Horn has businesses in the community of which parts are bought from and different things from time to time by the city, maybe the water and sewer department too, and to comply with law, we have to provide an ordinance here that the city could still, buy something from his parts business or whatever. So this is proposed ordinance number 976. We need to act
I
on
move
that.
that we place ordinance number 976 on its first reading.
Second.
Motion's made by Councilmember Henderson, seconded by Councilmember Atkins to place 976 on its first reading. Any discussion of that motion? All in favor, show of hands. See 5 in favor, 1 absent. Proposed ordinance number 976, an ordinance to allow Clint Horn to serve as commissioner of the Warren Sewer and Water Commission while serving as a member of the board of directors of Union Bank and Trust Company, and while serving as a volunteer firefighter for the city of Warren, Arkansas, and while his company, Log and Stick, sells equipment, parts, and supplies to the city and the city Sewer and Water Commission and for other purposes. Whereas Arkansas Code annotated 1442-107 prohibits municipal employees from providing services to the municipality, whereas the same statute allows for an exception if the governing body of the municipality enacts an ordinance specifically permitting the same. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Warren, Arkansas, Section 1, that Clint Horn owns a business, Log and Sticks, which sells equipment, parts, and supplies to the City of Warren, Arkansas, to Warren Sewer and Water Commission. He has served, is still serving as a volunteer firefighter for the City of Warren, Arkansas. He's a member of the board of directors of Union Bank and Trust Company, which does business with the Warren Sewer and Water Commission, Section 2, that in accordance with Arkansas Code annotated 1442-107B1, the City Council of the City of Warren, Arkansas does hereby specifically permit Clint Horn to serve as a commissioner on the Water and Sewer and Water Commission, while at the same time owning Log and Sticks, which sells equipment, parts, and supplies to the City of Warren and Warren Sewer and Water Commission, and also while serving on the board of directors of Union Bank and Trust Company, which sometimes provides financial services to the Warren Sewer and Water Commission, and also while serving as a volunteer firefighter for the City of Warren, Arkansas. Section 3, this order shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage and publication.
I move that we suspend the rules and place ordinance number 976 on its second reading.
Second.
All right, motion and second. Again, that we put it on second reading, proposed 976, question or discussion. All in favor, show of hands. I see 5 in favor. Proposed ordinance 976, an ordinance to allow Clint Horn to serve as commissioner on the Warren Sewer and Water Commission while serving as a member of the board of directors of Union Bank and Trust Company, and while serving as a volunteer firefighter for the City of Warren, Arkansas, and while his company Log and Sticks sells equipment, parts, and supplies to the city and the Warren Sewer and Water Commission and for other purposes.
I move that we suspend the rules and place ordinance number 976 on its third and final reading.
Second.
Motion second. Third and final reading. Any question or discussion on that motion? All those in favor, show of hands, please. I see 5 in favor, 1 absent. Proposed ordinance 976, an ordinance to allow Clint Horn to serve as commissioner on the Warren Sewer and Water Commission while serving as a member of the board of directors of Union Bank and Trust Company, and while serving as a volunteer firefighter for the City of Warren, Arkansas, and while his company Log and Stick sells equipment, parts, and supplies to the city and the Warren Sewer and Water Commission and for other purposes.
I move that we adopt ordinance number 976.
Second.
Motion's made by Councilmember Henderson, second by Councilmember Atkins to approve, to adopt 976. Is there a question or discussion? All in favor, show of hands, please. I see 5 in favor and one absent. There is an emergency clause.
I move that we adopt the emergency clause.
Second.
Motion's made and seconded to adopt the emergency clause. Anybody got a question or discussion on that motion? All in favor, show of hands, please. 5 in favor, okay, and 1 absent. All right, that takes care of our new business. Announcements is item 11. The municipal building will be closed Monday, February the 16th, 2026, as Burlington President's Day. We do not intend to pick up garbage that day, unless y'all tell me to do otherwise. Mr. Tolfree.
I just want to make an announcement. It'll be, basketball every night this week. Warren is hosting the junior high tournament, so maybe they'll come and spend some money while they're here.
Amen. All right. Anybody else got an announcement of anything that we might have overlooked that needs to be made?
I don't know necessarily this announcement, but we lost one of our longtime citizens in Gregory Park. And he was always willing to help when you asked him.
So we need to remember his family.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Move that we pay the bills.
All right, you got a copy of
Second.
the bills, you got a motion and a second from Mr. Toll-Free to pay the bills. Is there any question, discussion, anything about any of the bills? All in favor of approval, show of hands, please. I see 5 in favor, 1 absent. The next meeting, regular scheduled meeting, will be second Monday, March the 9th. 5:30 with agenda meeting Thursday, March 5th. And if I haven't skipped anything, we stand adjourned. Thank you all very much.
Hey, you did a good job on your, I gotta dig it out.